I'm trolling y'all now, man. With all of the Dak Prescott talk, I know I'm trolling y'all now. I am trolling y'all now because there's so much news that I want to talk about. But before we get a chance to talk about it, we got to talk about Rain Dakota Prescott. That's the craziest thing of it all. We got to talk about Rain Dakota Prescott because that's just how it goes, Cowboy Nation. I wish it could be another way, but fortunately, that is how it is. Until March the 9th, we're going to have to talk about it. But I'm trolling. I'm like the reverse troll of the Cowboy Nation because I'm starting to look at like the people that talk bad about Dak Prescott. I started to click on their like icons and I started to try to follow them and see what their thoughts are. And majority of everybody that got something negative to say are Cowboys fans. It's really no other like other organizations like for real, just being real with you guys. Like the quote unquote Washington team, even the Eagles fans, and even some of the other fans, they're waiting. They really can't stand the Dallas Cowboys, but they love Dak Prescott. They really want Dak Prescott to either be a part of their organization or be close to their organization. It's crazy. Shout out to you. Let me just give a shout out to everybody that's here, man. Really appreciate you. Maverick, appreciate you. Asmodeus. Hey, you always in here, man. Even when I do stuff that's outside of the Cowboys, man, I really appreciate you. Keith, Dak is my dude. See, and then I feel bad for those who really like Dak Prescott, but don't like the way this thing is being all unfold. And my thing is, shout out to Jane Slater, shout out to Mike Fisher. Those are my people. Um, they still got to do their business, right? They still got to report the news. And remember this. I'm not a reporter. I'm not a reporter. I do not report the news. I just listen to what they say. I listen to all of the other people, what they say, and I give my opinion, my thoughts. All of that breaking news stuff, you can give it to them. And shout out to my dog, Mark Holmes. You can give it to those boys as it relates to breaking the news. I just try to sit back and read what I can, and I just take what's on my mind. Augustine, appreciate you. Appreciate everybody. Dak is my boy. I see y'all. I see y'all up in here. So the report out there. See, I'm just saying the report. Check out Mike Fisher page. Check out Mark Holmes page and everybody else that do the reporting aspect of Cowboys talk. But they are saying that Dak Prescott was at the Star in Frisco working out, rehabbing, and moving around, getting around. Now, there are other news out there that you can see Dak Prescott walking around on the field, helping kids out, being a person in need, being a person that can help people out. So the only reason why Dak Prescott, the Dakavelli, the only reason why he's on everybody's mind, heart, and these sorts of things is because that's the only way we can go on and move on from other guys that's on this team. That's the only way that we can sign said free agent players or move in the right direction for the 2021 year. And that's right, everybody that's watching. Dave, what's good with you? What it do, DC? What's up with you, fam? Really appreciate you. Russell Wilson is the answer to our Super Bowl problem. Alfredo, let me just put this out there for Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson, cool, calm, and collected brother. Sharp in all thy ways, right? Hey, people can say, hey, he got a heart of gold, to accept Sierra and all of those other things that went on with that situation. Hey, it is what it is. He is a guy that everybody kind of look up to over there in Seattle land. Can walk and scathe and do all of that stuff unscathed, basically. Basically, that's what I wanted to say. But here's the situation with Russell. Y'all let me know, can he play interior defensive lineman? Can Russell play free safety? Can Russell Wilson play any form of DB play as it relates to cornerback? Because those would still be the issues. Since 2017, you know what else Russell Wilson got in common with Rain Dakota Prescott? One playoff win. So, and I'm not trying to dog out Russell Wilson. I love the kid. But the problem will still exist. The problem will still be the same. The issue will still be the same. It's still Russell Wilson. If he's on the Dallas Cowboys, it will still be the same issue. Minus 3 first-round draft picks. Plus, you still got to pay Russell Wilson. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Some people get into the mindset of versus who is better. Who is better, Russell Wilson or Dak Prescott? And when I say that Russell Wilson is an older Dak Prescott, oh, it's disrespect. Oh, Lord, you crazy. You don't know football. Oh, they turn into the Tasmanian devil. And that is not the problem. That's not the issue. That should never be viewed upon. Jim Kelly. Look, let's go all the way back. Jim Kelly. For those who watch football, Jim Kelly was a better passer of the ball than Troy Aikman. Yeah, I said it, come sue me. But if who I would take Troy Aikman 9 times out of 10 any day. Matter of fact, I'm lying. I'll take Troy Aikman 10 times out of 10. Dan Marino, a better passer, a thrower of the ball than a Troy Aikman. Let me know who I would take again. I will take Troy Aikman over Dan Marino any day, everywhere, any place. Oh, let me go a little further. Oh, Troy Aikman wasn't the #1 quarterback? Law, what are you saying? Law, you crazy. You don't know football. You can't be a Cowboys fan. Oh, John Elway. John Elway, a better thrower and passer of the ball than, dare I say, a Troy Aikman. Oh, Law, you crazy, man. How dare you say Troy Aikman got rings? Who was in a better system? In a situational moment, who had things around them better? It's not if the player is better or worse in these type of situation. It's how they can fit in said system. But, people go back and forth like, nah, Law, and then they don't have no facts, no stats to bring it up, to say, hey, all right, these things are this, these things are that. What's good with you, Jake the Great? Troy could throw the out. Yeah, Greg Berry, Troy could throw the out. Jim Kelly can throw the out. I believe in the hearts of hearts, Dan Marino can make any pass you can put out there. Warren Moon can make any pass you can even imagine. But what happened here in the modern day football, in modern day time, people look at other players and say, these are the guys we want. If we were to have social media, present day social media in the 90s, it'll be many people saying, oh man, Barry Sanders, boy, he's a whole lot better than Emmitt Smith. Oh man, I wish the Cowboys would have had Barry Sanders. Oh man, Brent Jones, man, he's a whole lot better than Jay Novacek. Oh man, I wish the Cowboys can find a way to get a Brent Jones versus a Jay Novacek. You see where I'm going with, Cowboy Nation? Oh, Joe Montana, he's available. You see, Kansas City just picked him up. We should trade Troy Aikman to get Joe Montana. See, that is what the modern day football is all about. They don't really get deep into the mindset of team winning. They look at individual players. They look at individual players so much and so often that they fail to realize even one of the better passers of the ball that we see outside of Pat Mahomes, as well as Aaron Rodgers, he only got 1 Super Bowl. Eli got more Super Bowls than Aaron Rodgers, right? But based off of their logic, Eli Manning is better than Aaron Rodgers, according to some of the people that goes back and forth with me. They say it so many times. Well, hey, such and such got a Super Bowl. Like, when Ben Roethlisberger won his Super Bowl, was he elite? When Russell Wilson won his Super Bowl, was he elite? Even if you go all the way back to the greatest person to ever have all of those Super Bowls, one person. What's his name? Oh, Tom Brady. Oh, he's the best quarterback ever alive. He was the Tom Brady. Now, when he was first in the NFL, no. See, I've been telling people a long time, and a lot of times, the quarterback will always be remembered, and everybody forget about the complete team. People forgot about Ty Law. people forgot about that defense. Just like last year, when the defense helped Tom Brady to get the Super Bowl. Yeah, Tom Brady got the Super Bowl. I'm not going to take nothing away from him. But 20 years from now, they won't remember JPP. They won't remember Sue. They would not remember these guys on the defense. It would just be the quarterback they remember. Oh my goodness. Let me see what else we have. My dog Jay Form, what's good with you, baby? What's good with you? Yes, let's give up 3 first-rounders for a quarterback that's 5 years older. And that is exactly, BD Gray, was what I was saying. Like, you willing to give up 3 first-round draft picks for a quarterback who I believe Russell Wilson is a fantastic guy. Wonderful. Marvelous. He will be just as PC as Dak Prescott. He would just be that of a PC guy. Tad Prescott likes Washington. Y'all crazy, man. But this is not about who's better and who's worse or whatever of a player. And I want people to just understand that. And it's not about this guy is only rooting for Dak Prescott because he's a Dak Prescott apologist. I just wish that I started YouTube back when Romo was playing, and you guys would see how passionate I was for Romo. Look, in the business of contracts, in the business of what we're talking about, always muddies the waters. Whenever you have a hesitancy or whenever you have a hesitation on signing a player, it leaves in so much room for people to probe and pick at. But when a deal is happening like that, nobody have time to even ponder and think about, hey, we need to do this, we need to do that. You think long, you think wrong. Greg Berry, I'm not going to be that guy to say Dak Prescott is better than Tony Romo. I'm not going to be that guy. I'm not going to be that guy. But just as much as we bagged and we fought for Tony Romo, it's just as much as we bagging and fighting for Dak Prescott. The true enemy of this thing. He said, remember Tony Romo, he had a wonderful, man, I wish I could remember. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to memorize. Memorize, man. Y'all charge to my head, not my heart. I'm going to try to memorize his retirement speech. I guess I guess it wasn't his retirement speech because he's not officially retired. But I'm going to try to memorize his final speech with the Dallas Cowboys when he said, it's the enemy from within. And see, our enemy, and I'm not trying to put Jerry Jones out there like that, but 9 times out of 10, he's been the constant. We've been having the same issues collectively with this team for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, and you can look at this thing and say 20 years. When you look at Jerry Jones, and just hear me out, and I know my dog Jay Form, I know you don't like Jason Garrett, you love him. And I feel you though, because Jason Garrett got that warm, bubbly personality. If you meet him, you can't find negative things to say about him. Shout out to you, Keith Howard. Appreciate you, Keith Howard. But here's where I'm going with this. If Tony Romo had Sean Payton for 9 years, I believe we would have had at least seen a Super Bowl. If Tony Romo had a Bill Parcells for 9 to 10 years, we would have at least seen a Super Bowl or been there, had a chance to talk about, hey, this guy lost in the Super Bowl. But Jay Paul said, I love Dirty Red. It's no secret. I just had to say that, though. But my thing is, we never had that true coach. And my thing is, that's been the detriment. That's been our downfall, if not having that stern coach. And I'm not trying to use Jerry Jones as the scapegoat. I'm not trying to do that. Please don't get it twisted. I just feel that Jerry Jones is like what my late great-grandfather said and my late great-grandmother said. He used to say this all the time. There's people in hell with great intentions. Like his intentions may be great. And his thought track and all of his policies and procedures on how he liked to keep the family first There's been a multitude of people that we had interviewed with. We had Lucky Whitehead on the show. Shout out to you, Howard Floyd. Appreciate you. Keep rocking it, Law. Appreciate you. Man, when Lucky Whitehead said, and Lucky Whitehead, appreciate you, Mr. Jackson. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, the lunatic. All of y'all showing y'all love and adulation to the channel, man. I really appreciate you. It was this moment that I said, even though Lucky Whitehead didn't have a longitude nor a latitude to talk about it, but he said this one thing that was valuable to us when we was listening in to him. He said that they will be practicing on the field, and all of a sudden you hear the chopper come down, and they have to stop practice to watch Jerry Jones get off of his chopper and walk on the field to view the practice. Now, to me, just to me, that right there is distraction. Those guys could be installing pivotal plays. Those guys could be putting in some good stuff. But here you got this guy who's bigger and larger than life, and not saying that I wouldn't do it, because hell, if I owned the Dallas Cowboys, hell, I might come in on the jet too. I might fly. Say, if you get a chopper, I want to have a jet runway. So when I fly in, I want to see my Cowboys play. Shout out to you, Keith, man. Appreciate you, man. Really appreciate you for the love and adulations. And shout out to you as well, Drew P. Appreciate you, man, for y'all letting this stuff fall up in here, baby. I really appreciate it, man. So all of those things are distractions, and Jerry found himself always in the way. He found himself always in the way of either disruptive, talking too soon, or talking about this and stuff that you really be saying like, hey, man, it's a competitive advantage. But that's a story of a different day. Jerry Wine Jones refuses to get out of his own way. Shout out to you, Law Moore. Appreciate you, bruh. Yeah, it's just he gets in the way. He gets in the way. Oh, my goodness. Look, Tuna spoke more football wisdom in 5 minutes than Gary did in 12 years. Tuna was the Tuna. If you think you're great in a position, you draft again, right? And Tuna will always say, even at his limited time here with the Dallas Cowboys, he took the Dallas Cowboys to the playoff 2 times, although they lost. 2 times for your mind. Once with Quincy Carter. Quincy Carter went 10-6. Did we make the playoff that year? 10-6. Quincy Carter. And then he took Tony Romo to the playoff. Broke his heart against those Seattle Sea Chickens. It was crazy. 2 times in his limited time with the Dallas Cowboys. I was going back and forth with somebody, and I got to wrap this up because we got to go to a parent-teachers conference. I got to roll. I'm family law over here. But here's my thing before I roll. I heard a lot of people talked about Jimmy Johnson, and they said he failed. He failed over there in Miami land when he went over to Miami. And Jimmy will say the same thing and say, yeah, I failed. I didn't hit the record that I wanted to hit. When Jimmy Johnson went to the Miami, did you know that he never had a losing season? Jimmy Johnson's record was way above 500 at the time. Just go and look at it. For the 4 years that he was there, and it just show you how quick coaching can be. For the 4 years he was there, he took the Miami Dolphins to the playoff 3 times. 3 times, not 1, not 2, but 3 times, and he won 2 playoff games. Don't you know that Jimmy Johnson, even though he was with a whole nother organization, since Jimmy Johnson quit coaching, we only have 1 more playoff win than Jimmy Johnson had since he been on to a whole nother team. Let that sink in, Cowboy Nation. That's all the time that I have for this beautiful moment. I really appreciate you all for jumping in. Shout out to you, Floyd Howard. Shout out to those who made the donations to help elevate the nation. Let's continue to grind and shine. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. We out. Peace.